Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson's allies are under heavy criticism by a Commons committee after they launched a campaign to undermine the committee's investigation into Boris Johnson's claim over the lockdown parties at number 10. Former ministers Nadine Dorries and Jacob Rees-Mogg are also on the list of Tories. Other Tory members who were criticised by the committee also including Priti Patel. The cross-party privileges committee saying unprecedented and coordinated pressure was placed on the committee members. They added that the pressure did not affect the outcome of the investigation. However, it raised security concerns. The report said senior Tory members like Dorries and Jacob Rees-Mogg used their TV shows as a platform to attack the committee. Jacob Rees-Mogg has defended the position as he says that it is reasonable for the MPs to question the findings of the report, while the committee noted that free speech is at the centre of the parliamentary proceedings, but it also accused some politicians of interfering with disciplinary proceedings. The report published by the Privileges Committee has already accused Johnson of deliberately misleading the Parliament. In its findings, the committee had concluded that Johnson had acted despite prior knowledge of the COVID-19 rules, and he was aware that the parties were a breach of the rules.
What's your message to the country, Mr. Johnson?
And all eyes, meanwhile, are on the ongoing UK COVID-19 inquiry as the former Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon admits that there was a gap in the plan when it comes to battling the COVID-19 pandemic. Sturgeon and key scientist Jeremy Farrar took the stand to submit evidence on UK's preparedness and performance outcome in handling COVID-19. Sturgeon's evidence in the inquiry is still underway. However, a myriad of revelations coming to light so far. The former minister admitting that the 2011 flu plan was inadequate to deal with COVID-19 when it came to the UK's doorstep and was not updated. She further went on to question the lack of capabilities when it comes to dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic and the real dangers in putting too much emphasis on a plan. Nicola Sturgeon was the Health Secretary, remember, during the 2009 swine flu pandemic. She was primarily responsible for implementing a communication strategy to keep people updated on the situation during that time. Before Sturgeon, scientist Jeremy Farrar had presented his evidence, and he highlighted a degree of complacency in the COVID-19 pandemic planning, given that the 2009 swine flu pandemic was not as bad as feared. Farrar is a member of the SAGE group of scientists who advised the government on COVID-19. The UK is conducting a public inquiry to understand how the pandemic was handled and take away the lessons. Former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson had announced the inquiry in May 2021. The public hearings are expected to go on till 2025 in several phases.